Hello, we are going to show you a video about temperature variations of the built environment. We will try to show you there is a relation between green infrastructure components and the air temperature. We achieve it by measuring temperature in an experiment that has taken place in the Polytechnic University of Valencia campus at summertime. The table of the contents summarizes the parts of this video. In a changing climate, the functionality provided by urban green space becomes increasingly important. The adaptation of the buildings to the environment is one of the current goals of the modern architecture and the urban planning. Therefore, the biophysical features of the green space in the urban areas, through the provision of the cooler microclimates, offer potential to help cities to adapt the changed climate conditions. Different measurements were conducted, and it was proved that the presence or absence of urban open space is influenced the climate conditions. In this way, it can be explained the phenomena of the heat island effect and the importance of the green spaces for environment, people health, and well-being. 6 different sample points were selected from the central axis of the university to the outside part in Valencia orchards. To measure temperature and relative humidity, we use a slim psychrometer which contains 2 thermometers. The first one for the wet bulb temperature and the second one for dry bulb temperature. The wet bulb is wrapped in a cotton wick saturated with water. For each sample point, 4 measurements were done at different moments of the day. Let's see how we can describe the different sample points and the principal data. The first sample point is close to the water of a pond and a fountain in a square area close to the buildings and with surrounding impervious surface of the sidewalks. The presence of impervious surface, the absence of vegetation, and the sun heat led to a high temperature values comparing with the second case. The second sample point represents a tree-covered land with olive trees, with a quite high tree canopy cover. It has close buildings, so lawn area is shallow at first measuring in the morning. The third sample point is a piece of garden of lawn with some small sparse trees and low tree-covered surface. It is the southern part of a bigger rectangular square delimited by buildings of 2 flat heights. It is a quite sunny open space area most of the day. The fourth sample point is at the northern area. It is an impervious area with a regular set of small trees planted in a concrete containers. The presence of the impervious area, the absence of trees, can be an effect of temperature values. The fifth sample point is represented by the impervious surface with a dense cover of plants, orange trees, tipuanas, and palm trees arranged at different height levels. It is a narrow pedestrian street located between the university buildings with almost constant shady area during all the process. The last sample point, or number 6, is a large agricultural area of Valencia, with vegetable crops at the surrounding area of the university. At these sample points, no tree or rural house was found. We can see that the temperature remains quite constant during all the 4 measurements moments of the days. It would have expected a bigger difference between the temperature values in the afternoon, but this temperature attenuation was for the coast breezes. With this simple exercise, we have shown that there are differences in temperature and relative humidity, and therefore in the comfort index, among the different environments created by various types of surface. The difference between the mean temperatures of the different environments are small, and the use of this variable might mask the difference between sites. Temperature range is greater on impervious surfaces and lower in shaded area with trees and in the agricultural land. The average relative humidity is higher in areas with vegetation. And finally, the heat index or apparent temperature is lower in areas with tree shade and is higher in paved areas without vegetation.